I admit to having a bit of a bittersweet relationship with this scripture. It starts out so nice and so wonderful, and we are reminded that no matter where we go on earth, we can still access Christ. He's always there for us. In the far corners, in the deserted place, we can go there. He's available to us. And that's not just physically true. Even more so, it's metaphorically true. There is no hollow, no darkness, no far depth of our own lives. In our loneliness, in our despair, in our sorrow, in our grief, in our guilt and remorse, no matter what, no matter when, no matter how or where, we can always turn to him, and he will be there, ready to receive us. And that is remarkably comforting. And many of us here know this because we've been there. In those dark moments, those lonely emptinesses of our life. And we've been able to reach out to the compassion of Christ. And it's so comforting. And the second thing that's really comforting, for me at least, about this scripture is that he gives the apostles an instruction, a directive to go relax. Chill out a bit. They've been so busy. They've been working so hard. They haven't even had time to eat. And Jesus says, look, step away. Unwind. Take a load off. And we need that reminder. I need that reminder. Sometimes I need that push. There's so much to do, so many demands. Just go and rest. And that's a wonderful thing to hear. Take a load off, disappear for a while, relax and unwind. And if only the gospel writer had stopped right there, if only he had ended it, it would have been a nice warm fuzzy. But he goes on and he gives us the story of the multitudes. All of these people running ahead so that when Jesus and the apostles arrive in their boat and get off, all these people are already there waiting for them, wanting more from them. And Jesus, moved by pity, steps from the boat and continues to give of himself to them. And as good as that sounds, we're also reminded of the other places in Scripture where Jesus says, well, love one another as I have loved you. What I have done, you also should do. And we've all been there. We've all been there. Michelle and I have a bathroom off of our bedroom that you have to go through a closet to access. And the genius of this arrangement is that when all the kids were living at home yet, I could come home from work on a really busy, hectic, stressful day and go upstairs and close the bedroom door and close the closet door and close the bathroom door and seek sanctuary in my porcelain hermitage. And it was so quiet and so removed from everyone and everything else. And you could get away. But inevitably, it would be interrupted with a knock on the far outer door. An aggressive, assertive knock accompanied with, Dad, when are you coming out? Are you in there? I need you. And we've all been there. Everyone who's a parent has been there. Everyone who's a caregiver has been a caregiver has been there. Every teacher, every EMS professional, everyone who wears a pager for work, everyone who's in ministry of any sort, we've all been there. Finally finding a moment of refuge that's interrupted by someone wanting another piece of us. And like Jesus himself, we take a deep breath and we feel moved by pity and compassion. And we respond because that's what love does. That's what love does. It digs a little deeper. It finds a little extra. We've all heard many times that we should give from our want, not from our surplus. But normally when we hear that, we apply it strictly to our financial giving. We should give from our want, not just from our surplus. But it also applies, maybe it especially applies, to our time and our energy. Because for many of us, our time and our energy is more valuable than our gold. It gets depleted a lot faster. We have a lot less of it. We run out. We cling to that which we have. And then we are asked to give a little bit more. And moved by compassion, like Jesus himself, we dig a little deeper and we find more. And when we do that, in those moments when we are spent and we are tired and we are weary and the tank is empty and we think we have no more that's going to get us through the day, and someone shows up knocking on the door, "Are you there? I need you." And in those moments when we dig a little deeper and we find it, that's when Jesus is really, truly working through us. That's when we are really one with Christ. That's when we become to others the Good Shepherd. And in those moments, what a gift, what a treasure it is to be called. How blessed we are to be needed. Are you there? Are you there? I need you.